Hi friends, welcome back. I am finally here with my book haul. So you guys saw me thrifting, but I did pick up some books from Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The first thing I got was this planner. It just says, if each day is a gift, can I return Mondays? So it is undated and it's hourly, I believe. Yeah, it's hourly and it's undated. This is for like my regular life, just personal life, you know, day-to-day stuff, not really reading related. And I was, so I went to the counter and I was fully prepared to pay the $20 for this, but it turns out that this was like an unlisted 50% off thing because I got it for like $10, actually $9 and something, because I have a membership. And I almost went back and just got like a ton of them because I'm like, this is so cool because they're undated, you can use them whenever. But I was like, no, whoa Nelly, don't. Yeah, so I didn't go back, but it was a really good deal for this. Okay, so I got an email from Barnes & Noble to say that there was a 50% off kind of select hardcovers, and I don't know why, but I thought it was a very similar sale to the first one that, you know, that was recent, like around Christmas time, where all of the hardcovers were 50% off. I was on vacation. I was at home with my family in Alabama. The closest Barnes & Noble was like an hour away. And I still went, of course. I'm a booktuber, like I love books, like I'm gonna go. But I didn't have the luxury that I would in Maryland to go to like 3 different stores and like pick it, you know, to actually strategize this out. I was only able to go to 1, and although I still got a ton of books, I just really resent that it just happened. I wish they would have given me notice. I could have planned this out. But yeah, so they did have some 50% off books, but I only got 2 hardcover 50% off. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, it was a waste of my trip, honestly. So I got this book called All's Wells by Mona Award. I think she wrote Bunny. So I got this book because a lot of people have like recommended it to say that it was a 5-star read. It was really great. And so when I saw that it was 50% off, I jumped at the chance. The next 50% off book I got was a Paula Hawkins book. This is A Slow Fire Burning. I think it's been out for a little while, but I mean, it's the one book from her that I don't have. She is the author of The Girl on the Train. I haven't read it yet, but I heard that it was pretty good. So as I always do, if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that my biggest weakness in Barnes & Noble is the buy one get one half off sale. So those are my babies and they were always there, okay? So I did get a few books that I've heard of and I wanted to give it a try. I think they switch these up like, what, every month or so, because I go in and sometimes it's different. So the first one I got is An Unkindness of Ghosts by Rivers Solomon. I thought this sounded really interesting. I have a ton of books to get through, and I realize now I'm not going to be able to give you summaries of all of them. Next up is a book that everybody is like, you have to read, and found it on sale. This is The Last Night at the Telegraph Club. This is by Melinda Lowe. I don't even know what this book is about. I think it's a love story. Oh, it's about 2 women and they fall in love with each other. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's about 2 women that fall in love with each other in 1954. That makes it even more interesting. Okay, so the next one I got is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkins. Yeah, if it's a book about witches, like, I am always down for a good time, honey. That is like one of my favorite like magical creatures, and I am excited. This is the one book that I haven't really had, so can't wait to read it. Next up, I got a book from Sylvia Marina Garcia. This one is The Beautiful Ones. I was told that this book would be really, really good. So far, I have read 2 other books by Sylvia Marina Garcia, and they have been 3-star reads for me. Like, not fantastic, but not terrible reads, just like average, I guess. So, I mean, I had no problem picking this up. Hopefully, one of these days, I will find a 5-star read from her. I don't know what this one is about. I'm seeing something about witches. Oh, yeah, she really is a witch. Okay, great. Maybe I would like this. Okay, awesome. I also read Gods of Jade and Shadow, Gods of Jade, something, that book, fantasy by her, and it was also 3 stars for me. Like, a lot of people were like, oh my god, this is the best book ever, and I wasn't having that great of a time. Like, it was just okay to me. But okay, next up we have The Book Thieves by Marcus Zuzak, a lot of people was like, this is their favorite book of all times, and I just feel like if you're going to label a book that high, I have to read it, because this means that this book is really, really good. If it's your favorite book of all time, I had to get it. And several people have said it, like this is their favorite book of all time. So, and finally, I have already read this and I rated it 5 stars. This is an amazing book. I really like it. Like it's not like 5 stars like literary, like, oh, it's so great. This is 5 stars as in I had a really great time. It was fun and it made me laugh and smile, and I like the characters. That's why I rated it 5 stars. This is Ice Planet Barbarian by Ruby Dixon. It's on Kindle Unlimited. If you guys have that account, it's for free there. And I just love it. So I can't tell you what this one is about. It's about this woman who is literally kidnapped in her sleep. Well, abducted is the correct way to say it, by aliens, but these are bad aliens. So she's kidnapped by them. Really bad things happen in the beginning that, you know, includes SA. So if that is something that is triggering to you, it does happen in the beginning, but like that's pretty much where it stops. So they're kidnapped by these aliens, and they have to like fight to get away. It's her and like some other random ladies that were kidnapped from their own homes. And so they find their way away from the bad aliens, and then this character that's on the cover, she kind of like travels out to see if she can like discover like where they are, and she runs into this blue alien guy, and this is their love story. And it starts off really intense and crazy. This is my first alien romance, and honestly it's probably not going to be my last one. I really like this. I really like the story. I think that it was very well written, and the character has like banter, and she's like kind of really funny, and has like really cool jokes, and I'm just like, she is exactly how I feel like I would respond in like all the situations with her humor. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So that was everything that I got from Barnes & Noble. Let's move on to what I got from my wish list on Amazon. So you guys, I got the newest book from the Wayward Children series by Shinian McGuire. This one is Where the Drowned Girls Go. I love the series. I actually have all of the 6 books, and that's why I got this one. But I have been keeping up and reading all of the books in the series. The last one was a major letdown for me, but I mean, I will continue to read the series because I just feel like it's such a great like series. I love it. And they're so easy to read. They're like novellas, and I love it so much with all of my heart. But I just don't understand why Shinian McGuire charges so much for these little books. Like, it can't be 200 pages, and this book cost me $17. If I would have pre-ordered it, it would have been $20, which is insane for the size of the book that you're getting. And imagine if you want to get the entire collection, just like $20 here and there for 7 different books. It's insane. I actually got my collection from Pango Books. Someone was selling their entire collection, and I believe they sold it to me for like $50. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sold me all 6 books for $50, and I picked this one up as well. So I'm excited. Can't wait to read this. I think I will start on this pretty soon. Next up, I got Lore Olympus by Rachel Smith. This was actually one of the books that was also at Barnes & Noble for 50% off, but I saw that it's literally the same price as Amazon, and I had already ordered this one before I left. I was gonna cancel it though. I honestly was like, should I cancel it? And then I saw that it was like 13, and it's 13 on Amazon. So this is a retelling of some type of Greek mythology, but it's like a graphic novel, and I haven't really read too many of those. But like, I did like skim through it the other night, and it was so interesting. Like I wanted to keep reading it. So I think it's going to be really good. Next up, you guys, I have been obsessed with getting book sets on Amazon. So like, whenever I get paid, I'm just going to get one book set every paycheck. I feel like I could do that. Like, that's not bad. This was like late 20s, I think early 30s. So it's not that bad. And someone actually was telling me of what this book is about. This is the Dark Throne, One Dark Throne like series. So it's a fantasy like series where they always have like multiple twins or something, like triplets or something, and they're all like supposed to be queen, but they have to kill their siblings to become queen. And like, that sold me. I was like, this sounds so intense and just really messed up, and I was like, I have to get it. So but this was really cheap on Amazon. I think it was like $28. Next up, I got one more book set, and I feel like this is on everyone's bookshelf. I have been obsessed with like watching bookshelf tours because I want to do one soon, and everyone and their grandma has this book. This is like the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown, and I haven't really heard from it, but a lot of people are like, this, it's well worth it. And so I was like, you know what, let me just bite the bullet and get this book set. So that's everything that I got from Amazon. It wasn't a lot. Now we're going to get in the goodies that I got from my thrift hauls. The very first store that you guys saw me go into was the most lucrative. The one that is closest to me, you know, gave me the best books, and I was able to rack up. So the first book I got was The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. I paid $1.79 for this. Can you guys see? Yeah, I paid $1.79 for this, and you also have to keep in mind that they have this like little sale where everything is, if you buy 4 books, you get 1 for free. So keep that in mind. And also, if I have like any type of like points, I can use that towards my order as well. So I got the entire series of this one. This one is the Kane series. So I got the Throne of Fire, which is also $1.79. The Serpent Shadow, also $1.79. And then I got the Lost Hero. This one is part of the Heroes of Olympus. I don't think I got all of the books in the series for this one, but it was a good deal. Next up, I got the Mark of Athena for $1.79. I think that this one is just in such good condition. This is also part of the Heroes of Olympus. Next up, I got My Plain Jane, which is the it's like a YA. I don't think it's a fantasy. I think it's more of like a historical like retelling kind of thing of like the wives of king some person or another. But yeah, it was $1.79. So I was like, wow, I don't have this book. Let me just get it. Next up, I got these 2 fantasy series that I've been watching on Pango. Like, I really wanted to get into high fantasy just to see if I like it. But this one is by Brent Weeks. And this is like, he has a series, and these are 2 of the books in this series. So this is The Way of Shadows and Shadow's Edge, and these were $3.99, so a little bit pricier for like little paperback books, but they're in pretty good condition as well. So the only one I am missing is Beyond the Shadows. Next up, I got another Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children's book. This one is A Map of Days. I don't know if you guys know this, but Ransom Riggs books be expensive as heck. Like on Amazon, if you go there, they're like pretty pricey. And like, yeah, they're like a lot of money. So this one was $3.99. And so I was actually going to unhaul the books because I was like, I'm not going to continue to buy these expensive books. Like, I'm not doing it. So I had actually put them on my unhaul shelf, and now I need to move them back because I realized that I can just pick them up from the thrift store, but they have to be hardcovers because the other ones are hardcovers. Next up, I have an indie. I found a freaking indie book. So this one is the Dare by Harley Larrix, and I got it for $3.99. I am just so like happy that I was able to find a freaking indie romance book in like a random thrift store. They also had some Colleen Hoover, which I realized I probably could have just picked them up and like resold them for a profit on Pango. That would have been like a good little side thing that I could have done. Next up, I found a Book of the Month edition of The Love Interest by Kel Dietrich. I haven't really read this book yet, but I think Emma from Emma Books actually recommended it, and so I do trust Emma's opinion. She has not steered me wrong, and I can't wait to read this. And finally, this one was a splurge purchase, honestly, but I love Reese Witherspoon. She's like, yes, if you actually know, my personal Instagram is the Black Elle Woods. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am an attorney, and one of the movies that is like one of my favorite movies of all time is Legally Blonde, played by the Reese Witherspoon. And so she has like this book out, and it looks so gorgeous, and it's freaking pink, and it's just, it made me so happy seeing it that I was like, I have to get it. And it was only $4, so I was like, yes. So that was everything that I got from the first store. Let's move on to the next store. So the first thing that I got was Beartown by Frederick Backman. This is a book that a lot of people have been like talking about, and I've never read a Frederick Backman book, but I actually have another one, and I actually own Anxious People, so that was really cool. And this one was $2.99. I have been wanting to get more into Stephen King's novels since Mayana from Mayana Read has been like reading his books a lot, and she actually have a Stephen King collection, and I just was like, I really want to read Stephen King, but I don't want to read any of those really thick books. So I was thinking like The Mist, like this is like, it looks like a novella, and I can definitely read this. So this one was $2.99. Another Stephen King book I got was Joyland. So this one is in like a the hard case crime like series that he has. I read another book from Stephen King that was in this series called Later. It was about a boy who could see ghosts, and he gets kidnapped by this policeman who is trying to like use his abilities for their own good, and I really loved that book. It was 5 stars for me. So I was thinking Joyland, this one is in the same series, so I was like, I might like this one as well. This one is about a girl who, I think she gets hired by this like amusement park, and it's like a horrible park, like it's haunted or something. I don't know, there's something wrong with the park, and yeah, that's her story. I have been trying to collect the remaining few books from Nancy Drew that I don't have. I want to collect the entire series, and then I want to reread them. This was the book series that got me started into reading, and so I have collected majority of the books, and I'm only missing just a few select ones, but I don't want to like pay like full price for them. So this one was $1.99. This one is book 30, and it's called The Clue of the Velvet Mask. I only have a few more left to get, and I can't wait to get them. And finally, I got Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. You guys already know what Ready Player 1 and I don't know what this one is about, but the first one was about a video game, and a video game designer like leaving like this like hidden Easter egg for someone to like own the entire company. I don't know what this one is about, but I'm sure maybe it's like following up on that. But this one was $3.99. Okay, so that was it for the first store. Let's move into my books from the second store, which was another Value Village. So the first one that I got was another Frederick Backman book. This one is called A Man Called Ove. Everybody talks about this book. This is considered like a cult book that you have to read, and yeah. Next up, I got A Deal with the Elf King by Eliz Nova. This is a Married to Magic novel. This was $3.99. I don't have this book, and it's in like perfect condition, and I was like, I have to get it. And next up, I got a book by Holly Black. This one is called Tithe. I think this is like a modern fairy tale. I don't know if you guys can see, but my Holly Black stuff is well, I have the Cruel Prince like right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, and yeah, so I'm gonna try to squeeze that in there somewhere. Next up, I got this book specifically because of the name of the author, and I've never seen my name on a book before, and it made me so excited. This is called The Friend by Sigrid Nunez. I know, Sigrid. I'm so excited, but this one was $3.99, and I just plan on keeping this forever. I don't even care if it's a bad book or not. Like, I want to see my name on a cover. Next up, I got The Martian by Andy Weir. This is $2.99. I've heard good and bad things about this, but I don't really read a lot of sci-fi, so I was hoping to give this a try. Finally, this one is a little abnormal for me, but this one is the Vixen Diaries. This is by Corinne Steffens. This is a tell-all book about a dancer, I believe, a video vixen. She's like a dancer that appeared in like a lot of the music videos for a lot of the hip-hop videos back in the day. She wrote a tell-all book about, you know, the things that happened to her, and, you know, things she saw during her experience with a lot of these like rappers and just celebrities. So, this was a book that came out quite a long ago. I remember I was like a teenager when I heard about this, and I wanted to read it. So there was 2 copies in the store. There was this one, and then there was like a basic one, but this one had pink on it, and it just looks really nice. So I was like, I'm gonna get this one, but the other one was like $1.99. So okay, so that was everything in the first store. But on my way home, I had this certain burst of energy, and I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can find one more Value Village, because I think I can find the rest of my Nancy Drew books there. I found one Nancy Drew book there. So this one was $1.79. This was book 31, The Ringmaster's Secret. But I also did find some other cool books too. I got Sweet Bitter by Stephanie Donler. This was $2.99. I was able to repurchase An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Buchanan. This is one of my favorite thrillers of all time. It's about a woman who, she pretty much, she's a makeup artist, and during one of her like travel jobs, to a college student, she sees this flyer that is from a therapist is saying like, you know, we're interested in people to come in and be observed for an experiment, and we're going to pay you this amount of money. She goes in, and the psychologist is like crazy, and she has her doing like these crazy things, and it's just such a riveting thriller that I absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite author duos. I fully recommend anything they write except for The Other Wife or The Other Woman or whatever. I didn't like that book. Next up, I got another Rick Riordan book. This one is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This was also $2.99. I don't really know much about this book, but it had witch in the title, and I was like sold from there. But it was $3.99. This is The Bone Witch by Ren Chupeco. Next up, I got, finally, We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Fazel. This was $3.99 as well. This is like one of those fantasy books that you see mentioned in all of my fantasy book boxes, and you also see like people talking about them in videos, and it's supposed to be like something people have read already. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited that I now own a copy of it. And look at this, like it looks brand new. Like it's such good condition. Another book I got was This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I love V. Schwab. Like, I just read Vicious. I've completed the series, so it's a duology, but it was really, really good, and I can't wait to see what else she wrote. I also loved The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. You guys, this book has been on my freaking wish list for such a long time. I have been looking for it, but I didn't want to pay for it. I think it's like 10 bucks on Amazon, and it's an older book, so I was like, I know I will come across it eventually. So this is A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos. I paid $3.99 for it, and it is in freaking perfect condition. It is so beautiful. I forgot what it's about, but I think that it's about a woman who can travel to different areas using a portal. She just walks through glass and she's transferred to the other side. It sounded good to me. I think that's the book that it was, but yes. So this is The Power by Naomi Alderman, and I always look at all of the Book of the Month titles because not all of them are still available on the Book of the Month website, so you don't have access to them. So this one looked pretty interesting to me, so I picked it up and I read what it was about, and it was amazing. So this book is about this like world. It's not a fantasy, but like it's not a fantasy, if that makes sense. So it's about this like world. It's similar to ours, and something happens, and it gives women the power to literally cause pain with like the snap of the finger. They can cause like really incredible pain to men. It sounds amazing. I have to read this book so much. Like, that's the only part that I got out of it, that they can cause pain by flicking their fingers, agonizing pain, and even death. That, like, come on. Like, you guys just went to Amazon, I know, and bought this book. I already know. Like, it sounds really good. It sounds really, really good. So the next book I got, the last book, is Emma in the Night, and this is by Wendy Walker. I believe that this is a psychological thriller about a girl who just disappears in the middle of the night, and yeah, no one knows what happened to her, and she comes back, and her story is just not really matching up. So this sounds really, really good, and I don't know if this is still available on Book of the Month, but I haven't seen it. But either way, it's way cheaper. Even if you get it as an add-on, it will still be $9.99. I was able to get this for like $4. So that was everything that I got from my most recent haul. I'm super happy with all of these purchases. Let me know if you read any of these books and whether I should like read them immediately, or you know, if I can wait. Yeah, if you guys have recently did a haul, let me know what you got. Like, I really want to see what other people got as well. So yeah, so that's everything that I have in this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.